Tonight, I'm joined by the fabulous Helen Grady, a wonderful, wonderful spiritual medium and a great friend. And so we'll be doing your readings for you tonight. We'll be chatting about clairvoyance, energy, everything that's going on at the moment. We'll also be answering your questions, should you have any. So, guys, we'll see you very, very soon. In the meantime, now, I think you need a little bit of this. Well, it's lovely to see some of you guys out there already, and hope you're having a nice start to your weekend, whether you are in good old Spain, good old England, or even good old America. Good evening, Ariana. I hope you are well over there in the good old west coast of America, and lovely to see you. And also, Trudy, very good evening to you too, and to Yanira as well, or Shanira. Shanira? Anyway. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you here. And also from England, we have Karen Listics. Very good evening to you too. And I hope your days are going well. Now, as we were discussing earlier on the week here, we've got this energy of the full moon coming up, which will be discussed with Guillermo coming up on from Wednesday. And on Monday is going to be this eclipse. And people are all anxious and wondering what this means. Well, the energy about this is people may be feeling is the very sensitive sign of Scorpio. And so that's what it is. Australia here. Good evening, Trudy. Good evening, or good morning, shall I say. I think you're morning time. You must be about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. So yes, very good morning to you. We're also, Carmen wants to say hello. Hello, Carmen. Hope you're well too. Lovely to see you. And anyway, so the energies at the moment, could seem a little bit on the sensitive side. So I thought I'd just drop in just before we start the evening, just say here, if you're experiencing this, one of the greatest things to go and do, because it's a little bit on the sensitive side here, is just step back. Just step back a little bit. Just step back. Be in your own self. What it is you want, what it is you need that makes you feel safe, makes you feel good. And it's really is an energy about connecting with ourselves and knowing what's right for us. So things you're attracted to, you go towards. Things you're not attracted to at the moment, maybe some things don't work out so well now. But in this energy field that we're going through at this particular time, it will pass. But you'll find as we go towards Christmas, things are going to be a little bit different for ourselves. But they'll be what we want, probably what we need. Anyway, so there we go. Good. I tell you what, Carmen, I love that photograph on your car there. Your car there looks so stylish. I think I'll look out for that, whichever country you're in. Perhaps tell us what country you're in, and then other people around us here, we'll try and look out for it, see if they can photograph it and stick it up on the show here. Say, we've just seen Carmen in her car. Good old England. Hello, Cheryl. Hope you're well there. And 6 a.m. in Victoria. My goodness. Good morning. It's like, mind you, it is nice being up first thing in the morning, though, especially if you've got a crisp air out there and you can go and take your pets for a walk. I'll have taken my dog for a walk. And yes, it's always lovely energy, and always lovely energy. And over here in Spain at the moment, we're having a sort of gota fria. And there's people thinking, that's a nice woman. No, it's actually a storm. It's the name of a storm. So we're having one of those at the moment, but not to worry. And Susie Westcott says, good evening, as does Audrey. Hello, Audrey. Lovely to see you and everybody else who's coming in. So, guys, I think we need to get on and give a show here and go and find out if my very good friend, Helen, is at the front door. Okay, I'll just... no sound yet. Hang on. Hang on. Here she is. So, good evening to you, Helen. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Philip.
Good. Don't call me Philip. My mother calls me Philip, and it's frightening when she does that. I think, oh my God, what have I done? Phil would do quite nicely. Yes. Okay, tonight as you go through the shows, on your right-hand side, especially if you're on Facebook and especially if you're on YouTube, please press the share button, because then the show goes out. It has a greater reach to people out there because it's free, guys. If it's free, that's what we ask you to do. And if you've shared it, just put a little message on there, say you shared, and we'll give you a little round of applause and make a fuss of you. How's that? How's that, guys? So please press the share button. And yes, as Deborah, the producer, she's in the other room. She's in the office. She's getting all the bits and pieces ready as we go through. Yes, in fact, I've got loads of yeah. There's all the messages there coming through, and there is Kev Grady. This is Mr. Grady, Mr. Kev Grady, and he's actually in the other room, and he's your beloved husband, isn't he?
He is.
In fact, I think he needs to come behind you there and give a little wave. If he's there.
Kevin?
Kevin?
Kev?
Sounds like he's being told off.
Oh, he's going his lads to watch the football.
Okay, they've got to watch the football. No, never mind. Anyway, so good evening to you, Laura, and hope you're well. Hello. And also, there's Deborah. Yep, she's running around. She's doing everything there. So I just say, actually, would you have you got a drink there?
Yes, I have a
Good.
pint of water.
I'm just going to top that up for you a little bit. If you just like to hold it, that's it. That's it. We're just going to top that up there. Thank you very much. I'll just thank you very much. That's enough.
Thank you.
Yes, isn't that nice?
It is.
Is that nice? That's lovely. Good. Anyway, so guys, what we're going to do tonight. So the energy out here is to go and do mediumship readings for the weekend, to liven your weekends here. So we've got plenty of time. Sometimes to go through here to go and engage and keep you guys fully entertained. So Deborah there, yeah, Deborah's got her glass of wine. She's ready there downstairs, and I hope you guys are too, which is fabulous. Anyway, good. And also Jay wants to come in and say hello. So, energy at the moment, spirituality at the moment, how are people sort of feeling? What are they doing out there at the moment? Up your neck of the woods, because you're back in the UK, aren't you?
All I have heard since I've come here is people passing away.
We've got a busy night then.
Because I'm isolating at the moment with coming from Spain, but it's unreal. You'll have to excuse the Jack Duckworth glasses with me tape on. Only I've not been able to get to the opticians for the new ones yet.
It sounds like we're coming out of Coronation Street, I think, as you were saying earlier.
But like I say, me and Kev, I wake up every morning and just say, another day. But it's mostly passing overs I've had. I've not seen people to see how they're reacting with the moon and everything.
The moon is quite an influence, whether we're into astrology or not. The moon is quite an influence, and if we've got a lot of energy, which you've got a lot at the moment, so the doors are opening and doors closing, people coming in and people going, and but that's okay. That's a fact of life. It just is quite a lot at the moment. Not necessarily related to the current condition that we've got around us. It's just some age, everything else there. Okay, Deanne says hello from Long Island. Very good evening. Is there a short island out there? If there's a long island, is there a short one? Never mind. Okay, all right. Okay, maybe somewhere else around the world. Maybe. In fact, go out to Australia there. Trudy, have you got a short island over there? If there's a long island in America, is there a short one near Victoria? That'd be great if we can find a short island. That'd be brilliant. Then we can. We're all going to travel there, haven't we? I've been to Long Island and I've been to a short one. Anyway, right. So there we go. Good. So yeah, because down here in Spain, it's been quite interesting here. Energy is not, I'd say, is a bit sensitive at the moment, and people reacting sensitively. You guys out there, how are you guys out there? Are you sensing things are changing a little bit? How are people around you? Life, things like this. Is it all roses, or are things sort of changing here? Deanne says there are many short ones. Okay, I wonder if there's one called a short one. Okay, and Trudy says she's in her kitchen. How very nice. That's good. Good. Okay, and so readings, spiritual readings here. It's interesting when we come up to these moon times here, because sometimes readings can get, or the messages can get super strong. So strong. Have you ever had that experience towards a moon when a moon is coming to full moon or a new moon?
I've had different times where I've never noticed with the moon and stuff, but I have noticed that certain times messages come through, woof, like a
Yes.
tic tac,
Yes.
and it's too quick for me to get all the information.
Yes.
And so it can be quite, oh gosh, which bits do we pick out of, because it's just coming that fast.
Indeed. As Carmen saying here, she says, yes, I agree. The information there comes through very fast, very clear. It's like you get, it's like doorways to that area of lives. And the moon is very much an influence in mediumship. And Carmen there says, yes, all people are nervous. And Cheryl says, a reading if possible, please. We'll be back there in a short while. And have you, as your style, do you get the feeling that sometimes your style of reading changes from time to time?
All the time.
It's funny, isn't it?
Weird. It's weird because one minute I'm doing one thing and then another minute I'm saying, oh, I didn't know I could do that. And then it goes back to, well, what we used to do.
Yeah.
And then again, it just changes all the time. I don't know what's going on.
It's funny, isn't it? It's a way they want to communicate and come through. They find their way. I guess yes. If I guess it's like traveling around as we do. If there's roadwork somewhere, you have to go through somewhere else to get to a destination. A bit like messages coming through. But and how are you guys feeling out there? Any spiritual people here? I know that Jay out there, you're exceptionally spiritual, and I know quite a few out there. Deanne, you definitely are. And Cheryl, oh yes, there definitely are there. I'm not going to tell you what job that Cheryl does, but this little bit of noise I'm just about to play should give it away. Yes, that's Cheryl's job. As you can
hairdresser.
Yes, she's a hairdresser. The clippers, yes. What a word for Friday night. Discombobulated. I love that word. We're going to be using that word all over the weekend. We are discombobulated. What a fantastic word. If anybody else wants to come up with an amazing word to join discombobulated, that will be magic. Wow. I think that's hilarious. That's brilliant. I think it needs one of those. Discombobulated. That's amazing. Good. Okay, so the energy at the moment we're going through, they are going rusty. It says ahead. Yes, because Obi's been in all the shops have been shut for a little while, haven't they? Anyway, good.
They don't, can't they?
Yes, they certainly are. We are going to do, we'll just see it now. We're going to do a little bit of this, and then I think we're going to come straight back in. And let's do loads of readings. Do you fancy doing loads of readings?
I don't get a choice.
That's right, you don't. You're quite right. You're quite right there. Good answer. Okay, we're going to do this. Hello, I'm back.
No.
Do you what, sorry?
What was that noise?
What was that noise? That was
a whoopee cushion under you.
I beg your pardon? No. No. It's something at your end.
No, I heard it when you...
Oh dear. Anyway, right, okay. Trudy, you're around, aren't you? And very good morning to you over there in Australia. And you're first up this evening. The other one who wrote in just before the show started, asked for a reading. It'd be absolutely fabulous to give you a reading first thing in the morning. And I hope you got your cup of coffee there and your cornflakes, maybe things like that. But you've gone for the colour green and you just wanted a general reading. So take off the glasses because now this is time for business now. Oh, you're doing the same too. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay. And one thing I'd like to say here to you, Trudy, if you would understand this. Would you understand? I've got loads of laughter from the spirit world. Loads of it coming through. And would you understand here that you're either a combustion for laughter yourself? She says she's been here for the first time ever, where it's lovely to welcome you. Lovely. And one of the things I pick up here as I'm just looking into you here is I hear loads, as I say, just loads of fun, loads of laughter, and a particular gentleman who would like to come over for you first of all. And it's interesting here because I just got a name. I've got a name, a very interesting name. It almost begins with T, like your name, like Trevor, for instance. But I've got this gentleman here, quite fair hair, quite close fair hair, and he's coming through. And he'd like to say here, would you understand here that times are a little bit better now, but would you understand though that this is a time around you where you've really had to push some people back? Push some people back here. She's almost like telling me here, says this has been a bit of a trying time for you. However, I get the feeling that you're better now. I also would like to say here, what's this about nails, please? Have you got a thing about fingernails, painting them, maybe chewing them? I've just been giving this here. And she's just saying to me here, as he's coming through, he just wants to say to me that he's looking at nails. He's also here. It's like yes, she says, oh yes, I'm looking at nails here. And I'm also would like to say to you, would you understand here that you're looking towards developing something very beautifully spiritual around you, where even if you call this a normal job, there's a spiritual element to it here, which is next year. It's like you're stepping into something very, very new, or you're enhancing something, but it's got a whole new energy about this. And he wants to say that this would go well, very well. This guy I'm speaking to here says he didn't pass away in a home, in his own bed. He also showed me here that he passed away in a hospital. And he had a lot of problems going around his digestive system, I feel. I'm not a doctor, but just going by what he wants to say here. And that's his first message to say here. He wants to say he's got your back. You know, when we say here sometimes that someone's looking out for you, and he just says that they're over there and they've got your back. And but they want to show me here that you're going to be very busy, quite happy, quite buzzing around, having quite a busy time here coming up to the next few weeks or so. Right. Okay, my daughter wants her first ever acrylics. That's the nails. Okay, well, they're just talking about nails here. Fantastic. Loads of energy. I'm writing a book. You're going to be very busy with this. You're going to be so busy. Next year is going to be starting. Somebody here is going to. And would you has this got a spiritual element to it? Would you understand actually? Because there's something very magical coming through this. Whether you're channeling this or your ideas have got some sort of connection you've never really connected with before, but now you're guessing this, it just sounds fantastic. And so I get that lovely energy here. Lovely to see so many you lovely people here coming through tonight. And even Guernsey. Blimey, that's great, isn't it? Guernsey. Yes. Mariashka. I think I said that right. Mariashka.
Marishka.
Oh, never mind. Okay, right. So, Trudy's an easier name to mention just at the moment. Marishka. So, anyway. So, anything you would like to say there to Trudy at all there, Helen?
Well, while you were talking, I actually got 4 people who are close to the Trudy came up. And again, when you said about the digestive, I got terrible acid reflux. And I was told by a lady that Trudy hasn't been sleeping very well. She's having disturbed sleep. Now, the colour green, always to me, is like the heart, the emotions. And I feel that she's been stressed around this area at this moment. And as this lady comes forward, she brings 3 men with her. 3. So they're obviously linked. And the lady is telling me, now, dear, you need to just calm down a little bit and things will be all right. Things have been taken out of context.
Yeah.
And that's why the sleepless nights. I've got the name Joe connected with her. Now, I'll just give it as it sounded like Pascal or Pascal. But that's how it's the brief glimpse of it. Pascal, to me, that's a French name, but it's a name like that the lady is commenting on.
Okay. That sounds French, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's also telling me that there are connections with France.
Ah, okay. Okay.
There are connections with France. And I'm now being shown the Eiffel Tower. And it's symbolically showing that the Eiffel Tower is very high and people would think I could never climb that, I can never get over it. Trudy will get over whatever it is that's upsetting her and worrying her, because it's like climbing the Eiffel Tower. Somebody will do it, and that's how it feels like to her, as though it's up here. And the lady's saying, don't worry, you'll be all right. Right, I have the name Luce. I thought it was Lucy, but it's a name like Luce. That's all I've been given, a short version of it.
Okay,
I'm
so
also
Joey's
being
my
told the
ex's
name
dad.
Sam.
That's lovely.
I've also been told the name Sam. I've been given the September, November, April, and May connect.
Lovely.
And the lady's quite excited now, because she said she's not been through like this before. She's tried to come through, but it didn't quite get right. It was disjointed. Well, she's here now, and she's going to stay for a bit. She's telling me this is her personality. Once you get a teeth into something,
oh, heck.
go. And this is what you've got to do. All right. Now, I don't know why I've picked up 2 crystals here, and I'm holding them in my hand, and I'm being told that this lady who I'm giving the message to is spiritual herself, and if she wanted to be, she could too give messages, because it's for the to me, I'm rubbish at crystals and things. They're the ones for clairvoyance and for mediumship, and this could come for her.
That's
It's not
yes.
one in each hand.
Citrune's good for that. Citrune's good for that as much as it's for money. Also, the one I like is amethyst. That's also a good protector, very strong.
Yeah. And with that, the lady's gone.
Okay.
I don't know whether she can get any of that information.
Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely. Well, the thing I pick up here is, I like to have this. I've got a big chocolate cake that's being made, and it's interesting you said November, because I pick up here there's a birthday, which relates to, and I'm just seeing a chocolate cake. So hopefully that would tie in as well, especially with the time and the period that we're going through. Very, very, very nice. Trudy, I just pick up your lovely energy. You're a lovely soul. So yeah, we wish you from here a great day. How's that? And I think Trudy, you need one of these. There you go. That'll get you going. That'll get you going. That's brilliant. Okay, right. We're going to go. Just seeing, that's it, Trudy there. And just put my glasses on to see it. We're now going to go to Audrey. Very, very good evening to you, Audrey. I hope you're well. She's gone purple. I love this colour. Whenever I see the colour purple, I know that what we're going to be doing is going down deep. We're going down deep into ourselves. And although you've gone for a general reading, I pick up here, would you understand here if I said to you, Audrey, that you are now really focusing and working on yourself for what you would call your own truth? Your own truth. There's this real thing here. In fact, I've got lots of women here. Lots of women here like to come over. Women energies. And I pick up one here, particularly very special here. And one who wants to show me a swan. Now, I've been shown this recently by the spirit world for certain readings here. And I'm still working on this to try and pick out what this means. But at some points here, it says that you look very graceful, but people shouldn't wind you up or push the wrong buttons here, because there's a strength there as well. But there's a gracefulness here. Now, this particular lady is coming around me. She says she said she was very cold. And maybe you get cold too. Maybe circulation and things like this. But she says very cold. But she wants to give you a big, big, big hug. And this lady here says that she used to worry a lot before she passed. But she's okay now. She's over there and she's absolutely fine. And it's interesting here that your name is Audrey, because this lady here has an A to do with her name as well. And she also would like to show me here. She says she gives me apples here. So it's almost like saying, whatever you bite into, make sure it's right. Make sure it's right for you. It's right for you. It's having this self-justice about you, about focusing on yourself. And I pick up this as a big thing here for you. And I think once you focus on this, then great. Audrey, I also pick up here, it's, thank you very much. They're just telling me here, would you understand, Audrey, you're coming into a good time. However, what you're really focusing on now is your confidence. I'll tell you what, I think you're going to do amazing things by having a stronger confidence. And if it was asked, how do you go and get a stronger confidence? Just do. Just do whatever you need to do. Just do. Rather than looking at things thinking, I'd like to do that one day. No, don't keep doing that, because it's not, it holds back your confidence rather than let you go through. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And I'll just pass you down to Helen just down the road here and see what we can get there. Thank you very much.
Well, as you were talking, Phil, I got a lady come through and she told me to say, it's the Merry Widow. And she started laughing. And Audrey will know who it is. She's not giving me a name, but and it's strange this, because I never get initials. I just got a big J.
Okay.
On the wall. And
Okay.
I just took it as it was, and I'll give it to Audrey. She will know who it is. Now, this lady who's the Merry Widow is coming close to me, and she's got very thin, long fingers.
Okay.
I want to say bony, but she said, don't say the bony, because she always thought they were elegant. And it's about her hands that she's showing me. She's also telling me that Audrey has been asking for healing from the head to the feet, for the whole of the body.
Okay.
Because it's not just the aches and pains, it's the inside as well as the outside, I'm being told.
Okay.
Now, I've just been given an elastic band, and I don't know if it's a memory link, or because I can see like flicking elastic bands, and this is the Merry Widow that's doing it.
Okay, I love that, the Merry Widow. I think what a classic example to describe her.
But it's quite significant because the initial J was burnt into the wall, as I could see it, like a branded.
Okay.
Now, branded, that was why I was taken to it. There's something that has been given that has been branded, and it's not what it seems.
Okay.
So just watch out for this. Whether she's bought something, a bag or something, thinking it was something, but it's not quite what it seems. But the lady is laughing about it, saying you don't have to pay expensive for the lookalikes that can be, but it's not what it is, because she's saying that Audrey deserves the real things, or she could have had the real things, but things slip through your fingers, and when they go,
okay,
just let them go.
Okay.
And I've been given a primrose.
Okay.
You know, a flower. I was told primrose to give to Audrey.
Okay. And just to come back on this, here. I've got to come back to this apple. This apple about something you're choosing and doing, but it's got to be whatever you're choosing to do. It's got to be right for you, and not because other people are trying to tell you to do something or make you feel like you do something. It's about listening to your heart about what you want, rather than thinking too much. It's about feeling. And I think that's going to be the strong energy around you over the next few months. We're going to help you a lot. And but I get a feeling here as well here that there's going to be a lot of people around you going to help this confidence thing about boosting you. So good luck to you. Have a lovely, 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 lovely Christmas. If not, we'll see you before. Anyway, okay, let's go and pop down the road. Let's go and have a word with Cheryl. Cheryl, she's up there in England, and lovely to connect with you, and thanks for joining us on the show. And hope it's nice wherever you are in your world. There, I know you're in England, up in Dunstable Way, Luton Dunstable Way. That's right, isn't it? And right, okay. Now, I'm just going to chat away for a minute and just see what wants to come through. If you pick up anything at all, Helen, that you would like to say for Helen, by all means, start connecting if you'd like to say something. And oh yes, I have straight away here. This is interesting. Cheryl is in the pink mood tonight. How nice. That's very nice. You're in a pink mood. So let's have a look at pink. Now it's interesting here because I've got a gentleman here, and there's two parts that this gentleman's coming through, and he's looking at me, and he had loads of gaps in his teeth, but he's smiling away. He wasn't really bothered that people saw the gaps in his teeth. He's like smiling away, these gaps here. And maybe one of the things he did here was either work with keys here, like maybe a jailer would do, or a locksmith would do, perhaps. But he's just got these keys in his hand. And as he's rattling away to them here, he wants to show me a key to give to you. And it's interesting here because this thought, I believe, would have come to you before. And one of the things here is would you understand about moving, and also a shape like moving house, but would you also understand about matters starting to move for you, like things are starting to move forwards for you? And this is what he wants to say. It's like, the wheels are like starting to get into motion. And he also wants to look at a house somewhere which has a open fire. So it's an older type house. And he wants to bring this to you. And he's looking at this to say, he says, oh, no, no, no. Don't think things are going wrong for you. No, they're going to go very right for you. But he wants to tell you there that there's these keys and there's a new property that's coming up. And right. I also pick up here, I also feel here that this way of changing in your life and moving on in your life is going to be, now, did you know Don or Ron, please? Would you understand Don or Ron? Because this gentleman's just come beside me and just said these names, Don or Ron. I just heard the energy here. Maybe you understand it, but he's here and he's wanting to connect. And he also says here, he was moaning about his bones, he says here, before he passed. I don't know if it's arthritis or just pain in his bones, but he just says this to me here and he wants to let me know that. And but he says here, it's interesting. It's interesting got the colour pink because I also want to go for pink champagne. So this is someone getting married here, but this is also about celebration for you to say here, hey, you've reached a breaking point where you come over the hill and now it's going to get perhaps, I do feel it's going to get a bit easier. And I think you're going to start seeing life just getting a little bit better for you. And I think fantastic. So that's what I'd like to say there, first of all, Michelle. And yes, I probably caught you on the hop here. Are you ready to chat about Cheryl, or would you like a little bit more time?
No, I'll have to be honest. The battery went on the other screen, so I've had to get my phone out.
Oh, bless. No problem at all. No problem at all.
This is Kev, you see, saying use mine, and the battery's nearly gone because he's been watching videos all day.
No problem at all.
I was talking about Cheryl. I was given the name Norman for her.
Okay.
And with the same pink colour, a gentleman came forward. It's not necessarily his name. And he said to me that she's like the lioness. She's too busy protecting others and protecting all around her than protecting herself.
Okay.
And she needs to protect herself because her energy's being sucked away. And I have to use the term, have you ever heard of the vampires?
Oh, my goodness. Yes, I agree with that there. Yes.
Telling me that this is what's happening around this lady. And the people who she's protecting are draining her. And she needs to step back from it. And as this gentleman comes closer now, he's very tall. And people used to say he was saintly because he's showing me a halo around his head. Now, whether it's a joke, I'm not sure, but he's showing me just around his head. And he wants me to be, he had big shoulders and he was quite tall. Not broad as in bulging, but good stature. He said he was a hard-working man. And he's showing me his hands now. So he was either a manual worker because his hands are sore.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, it's very interesting what you're getting across. I like this energy here.
Anyhow, what he's saying now is don't end up like he did, where everybody came to him all the time with worries and problems and things and that, and you take on the load. And this is what this lady's doing, Cheryl, and you need to stop it now. Now, the man has sat down, and as he sat down, he's making me aware he's got very bony knees, long legs, but bony knees. And he'd sit and he'd rub his knees all the time and his thighs. So it's obviously that area that he suffered with. He said he's not suffering now because he went pretty quick. Not as quick as he liked, he said. He did go quick, but not as quick as he would have liked because of the pain that he was too busy looking after others than himself. And he doesn't want the same to happen to this lady. Not the going quick, but the not looking after herself properly.
Okay.
Well, unusual. I've just been given the name John. and that was quite strong, John. So he obviously has connections with John.
Okay.
He also gives me Frank, and he's given me Elizabeth.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's showing me this saintly halo all the time, but he's laughing with me. So Cheryl will understand the meaning of that. I don't know what it is.
Good. I just pick up there though. I think it's there's a lot of energy around Cheryl. In fact, I just feel there's loads and loads of energies here, but they're good though. They're good. Brilliant. Good. Thank you very much. Okay, let's come. I believe we're going back into Spain. We'll meet up with a very nice lady called Carmen. Very good evening to you, Carmen. I hope you're well. And you've gone for colour blue. A reading, please. Let's just do a reading and see what we can see around you. Now, Carmen. Now this is interesting. This is what I got. I know we've been talking a lot about hands, bones, fingers, legs, and things like this. But would you understand? You know, like we tap on the table as we do with our fingers on the table, like we are thinking. There's a lot of thought going on here. Like, should I? Shouldn't I? Maybe I should do this, and maybe I should do that. And I got this swinging thing like this, like thinking. And it's interesting here because as I'm talking here, I've got two people associated to you from the spirit world, and one lady who is a friend to you. And this lady who wants to come through as a friend is very attractive lady. She just tells me here, she said she couldn't fight a illness which was inside her body, and that's the reason why she passed. But when she was younger, her hair was very brown and very attractive, and she wants to show me here that she's coming through for you as well. In fact, I've got flowers in her hair. Now, flowers could also be the elegance of her name, for instance, like Rose. But this,
I got that.
there you got that. I got it first.
I got.
Brilliant. I love it. When we work together. We get it spot on together. Yes. Now this lady here, she's very, very nice. There was a religious side to her. And she also wants to express and come through you to say here that all will be well around you. And come the month of February, that is the time of opportunities. So at the moment, yes, I know you're thinking a lot, but she says here you'll be resonating differently soon and just going, wonder what's right here, wonder how things really should feel. And she just wants to let you know that you can't jump or do things just yet, she says here. You have to wait a little while because I can see this thinking, should I be here or should I be there? Just almost stay where you are because you're okay. And then I just see your life getting a little bit better, just a bit happier. And she also wants to say that she also wants to say to me here, she says blessings to those around you. She wants, because I think she knew them too. And also here she wants to let me know that you're very well thought of by people around you, although sometimes you may question it, but you're very well thought of. And okay, I'd like to, Helen, what would you like to say?
I can't believe that because I've had a lady waiting here and she said Rosa, Rosa, Rosa.
Yes.
And I thought, what? And as she said her name, she actually put rosary beads into my hand.
Yes. Okay.
So, and Catholicism with the rosary beads. And as she wound me hand, she told me that her personality, she was a bit of a nervous disposition.
Yes.
And that, not timid, but suffered a little with the nerves. And she's telling me that Carmen is also suffering a bit with either nervous energy or worry and things that doesn't need to be worried about, really.
Too much
This
thinking.
lady is telling me that Carmen has smelt an aroma around this lady.
Okay.
And now she's got the rosary beads, and laughingly, she's hitting like this, as sort of saying, get to church, but laughing with it. So obviously the lady, like you said, was well, to me, it's Catholicism. Rosa is telling Carmen to get to church more.
That's interesting because I did have a religious side to her.
Now I have, because she's the rosary beads, but she's also telling me that she missed out on going to a christening.
Oh,
This
bless.
lady missed out on going to a christening, and she would have been there if she hadn't passed.
Yes. Yes, this is. I picked up that too. That she had a religious side to her, not extensively. To the much is too much, where sometimes they're too extreme. But there's a nice energy with this.
Right, she's talking about a new car.
There's a
Well,
lovely
when a
little car
car.
in her picture and her thumbnail. That looks nice.
Sorry.
There's a nice picture in the thumbnail on her name. It's a mini with a lady's head on it, lady's face on.
Oh, I can't even see myself. I took my glasses off. I'll have to watch the show after, because I can't see any dialect or anything. Yeah, there's a new car, and she's talking about the car.
Okay.
No, she's talking about a sister on the earth plane.
Okay.
Wow. She's saying, even though sisters are from the same parents, should we say, they're all individual and they have their own minds. There's turbulent times, but it's now time to come together. It's now
Okay.
time to come together.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
And she's just a big leaf off a tree. Now, to me, that is an olive. It wasn't an olive branch, but it's a tree from there. So it's a little something off an olive branch, whether it be one word or a smile or a nod. Somebody needs to reconnect.
Okay. Okay, let's have a little look. Here's go through. That's lovely though, because I really agree with you, because I think Carmen is very, very well thought of, and more thought of, I think, than what she actually knows. So I think that's lovely. Right, I'm just going down the road here to going to where am I now? I've just completely lost myself. Where are we? Where are we? Ah, there we are. There we are. Right. Okay, let's go across the pond. And let's go to Caitlin. Caitlin in America. Very good evening, or very good afternoon to you, should I say there. Colour black. Anything about my career? Oh my God, black. Now that's interesting, because when people choose the colour black, sometimes people think here, oh, that must be because the person is feeling down, or because the person is like no hope, or give in, or what's the point? Well, actually, black is not that at all. When I look around aura energy, or when I see and working with black in color therapy, black is an amazing color, because it's a bit like going out into going out to the evening on a new moon. You can't see a thing because it's black, because the new moon is hidden by the sun, but it's about new starts. So this is interesting, because I get the sneaky feeling here. In fact, whoa! I got this lady here who's just bounced in, full of beans, full of energy, quite small, just bouncing around, so happy to come through for you. She's like, hooray, I'm here. She's so happy, quite mad in her way, but she's coming through to you here because she's just like over the moon. She says, I've got to tell you so much. I've got to tell you. So it's like, wow, this is quite strong, the way she comes across here. But what she wants to say to you here is, she says here, she's looking around you. She says, you're going to have several opportunities around you soon. So you're looking at your career thinking, I would like a job or a new job, but there's going to be several options open to you. And you're going to look at this and go, now what have I done? I only wish for it to look about anything in my career. Now what? So she's saying to me here, she said, this is good. And she says here, there will be plenty for you to think about, experience and enjoy as you go through and coming up to Christmas. She gives you loads of fruits. She's giving me, it's almost like raisins or opportunities. And she says, here's all these raisins of opportunities, of socialness, niceness, career opportunities. She's all about this. And I think here as well, would you understand here that people are saying sometimes at your level of work where you are at the moment, it's like you're a big fish in a small pond. And I think she wants to help you to get going. She's also given me a chain round the neck here, and the chain is lucky. Chain's lucky. It sounds a bit fortune tellerist, but she just wants to say maybe there's a crystal there or something like this. but she just wants to give you this here. But her energy is nutty as anything, but she's hilarious. She's lovely. She's like, whoa, it's like, I need a day off after. Well, I'm going to say no, I don't. But she is just there, bounds of energy, and she's coming through with you to say, do not worry about where you're going in front of you. But I'll pose you over to Helen and see what Helen would like to say.
Right. Well, the colour black, like you, Phil, I think the colour black is beautiful because it absorbs every other colour and it's full of energy and vibrance. And I feel that this lady is full of energy and vibrance. And a gentleman came through while you were talking and was telling me that this lady is a very caring person. And she may even be in or thinking about going into a caring position as a job. And he made me aware that from the knee down, his leg wasn't quite right. I don't. At first, I thought it was a bit of an artificial leg, but it wasn't. It wasn't, if you understand what I mean. Now, come a bit closer. Right, he's coming closer now. He's telling me there's something around this lady about a soldier. Not him, a soldier. Now then, he's telling me that somebody is saying, please help me, I'm falling. So somebody is falling for this lady, but stood on the outside. Do you understand what I mean? Stood on the sidelines. And the lady's not really giving him a glance. It might be that she's already in a relationship, I'm not sure, but there's somebody on the sidelines that's looking at her. And this could be the opportunity that she's looking for, whether it turns into for professional, but I think it might be a bit more than that.
Okay.
But this is what the gentleman is saying. Now, he's given me, I know you said about the fish she was a big fish in a small pond. I've been given a goldfish bowl, but with no fish in it.
Okay.
To me, it's there. You've got to take the leap of faith. And when you take the leap of faith, you'll find that you won't be going round and round and round and round. You'll go on like a salmon upstream. And I've been told that he liked salmon, and that's one of his things. He used to love eating fish, but especially salmon, because he's placed the full salmon and he's picked it up, like a bear would.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh yeah.
Well, it's full of protein, isn't it?
It is. It is very good for you, Sam.
He's telling this lady, "What's your diet, lady?"
Okay.
Now I understand why he's showing me the leg, because he didn't really watch his diet, and I feel that it's due to diabetes that this leg problem was.
Ah, okay.
But he sits and watches her. He sits and watches her, and she has seen something out the corner of an eye and thought it was her imagination, but it's not her imagination, it's him.
Okay.
Right, he tells me that Tom connects with him and something to do with trucks. Because he said trucker.
Okay.
All right then. And he's just asked us to give me something nice to give her. And he's given me a pink balloon, which for me is love. And a balloon, if you let go, will float off, so it's forever.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, guys, if you just joined the show, welcome to Cafe Clairvoyance. This is a Friday night spiritual show. And what I'd like to do, please, as it says up on the top right of your screen, it says, please share our Cafe Clairvoyance spiritual shows. Sharing is caring. So just down the bottom right of your screen there is the share button. Please press that, because it's a free show. And it just connects us with other people out there. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you could do that. Much appreciated. Okay, let's go and do a little bit of this. Then we're back for our next one. Okay, we're going to just get my board up there. So it is. We're going to pop down the road and have a vein. We're going to go to the not the Isle of Man. I was going to say Jersey. We're going to go to Mariska. Have I got this right? Mariska.
Yeah, Guernsey.
Guernsey. Guernsey. Is there
Well,
troublemakers?
I
Are
know
they
Mariska.
competitive?
I'll have to tell you, I know Mariska very well.
Okay.
She's like my soul sister, so it wouldn't be right for me really to do a reading for her. Do you understand that?
Okay. In
Because
which case.
I know her inside out, and I know everything about her.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll do. Well, I'll pick up what I pick up then, and then
Thank you.
Mariska. I've got this right, haven't I?
Mariska.
Mariska. Mariska.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. Mariska, literally gone for colour emerald green. Oh, I love this. It's a very angelic colour to go for. And that angelic green is very much about tuning into something beautiful here because it's a healing. It's a healing colour. Now, what I also would pick up here is would you understand the past few weeks or so being exceptionally busy? I know we could say that probably few people had this experience, but they're looking at you. They're really looking at you. And I've got this gentleman here who wants to come through, and he's coughing. Is that because his chest was a problem? He's got it, and it may have been smoking related, but he says he was just coughing. It's like, he just said bronchitis. He just says he passed over bronchitis. This gentleman's here, and he's either on your dad or you're very closely to your dad, like your dad's brother, but he's like very close in with their dad. And he wants to say to me here, and he's coming through to you, and he's a very nice guy here, but he wants to say to me, would you understand here that there's going to be new works or new work opportunities being offered to you? You don't have to look for this. It's what's going to be offered to you. And it's going to like lift your spirits. And they want to show to me here that he is just over the moon that this is going to come to you. And he wants to let me know, he says, you've got more of a peaceful time as you've got to run up towards Christmas come up in front of you. That then itself, I think, is going to make life around you feel that much nicer and that much easier. I'd also like to say to you here, would you understand that you're paying particular attention to your health, your well-being, and your thoughts at the present time? Like, for instance, you're focusing more on the positive, you're rejecting your negative thoughts, and you're starting to really heal on yourself because this feels good. And they're telling me here too that they were a completely different generation to you up there than what you are down here. Completely different. They didn't look at the same way of life here. In fact, there's almost like a feeling here like you had to separate from those areas of life because they just wouldn't have understood you, where you're going and what you're doing. And so it feels like here, they're also telling me here, it says here, for you, sometimes it's been feeling like you've been walking through oil, like it's been heavy going. Well, they want to say to me here that this is all coming to an end and that you've got an easier time coming up. And they want to give you loads of yellow light around you. So this is going to really lighten your life up and prove things to be very different here. And they just showed me as well a new car. And this guy, one of the guys here, used to like big old cars, like big old American cars or big old cars he showed me. But he just sees a new car for you. And he also here, he wants to say to me, he just gives me a pendant, but it's a big one. It's quite big. It's about that sort of size. Like, for instance, some people had a St. Christopher or something like this back years ago, but this is big. And they just want to show me that to you there. So I get that energy. This is something nice as well. And they're also saying to me here too that you're going to be doing a lot of, would you understand typing word process, that's the old terms now, isn't it? Sorry, it shows how old I am. Sorry, but I just get a feeling you'll be doing a lot of keyboard work or something here for a reason. It's not just because you're just doing it just to look up on Facebook or something like this. There's more to it than this. So they're really looking at you because they want you to feel better. But they also just said to me here, just keep an eye on this side of your body, this side of your chest. Just keep warm, and so it's your right side. I know it's the opposite side here, but it's your right side here, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. That's what they want to say to me. So hopefully that helps out you. And lovely. Yes, Audrey. Sorry about that. If you missed the reading, if you go back into the replay, you'll get all of that there. Yes, she just says yes, very much so. Yes, and thank you. You're more than welcome. Lovely. Okay, Mariska, let's go and have a look and see where we're going now. Right. Okay. I'm looking for the next one. Sorry, this. Show it to Laura. Yes, we just where? Oh, there's so many tonight. I'm just quickly looking here, and there we go. Sherry Nickel. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, Sherry. How are you? And what I'd like to say to you first of all here, Sherry, is just clearing the energies here, looking for what's new coming through. Beating of drums here first of all, and a gentleman who would like to play the drums. A gentleman who would like to do something here to really make noise. This guy wants to come through and make noise. And he also wants to show to me here that he's looking at you and he's saying here, you're clearing the mist out of your eyes. Would you understand here? You're really looking, he says here. You're looking very carefully, very closely, and you're not, anything anybody tells you is like here, your glasses would be misted. Because what people are telling you, they're trying to tell you rubbish in some respects, if I put it like that. But it's the clearing of the glasses here. And he says to me here, he says, you're now seeing things exceptionally clearly and you're going to be a little bit firmer, a bit straighter, a bit harder. And there's a project, which is a work project, a joint work project you're going to do in front of you. And it's going to come off. Don't lose sight of this. And it's going to come to you with a great opportunity with this as well. And you'll look at this thinking, how much is this going to cost? It's not going to cost us nearly as much as you think. And they're telling me here to say to you, you'll be bingo on this. It's fantastic. And so I think here, Jerry, I think you're going to have a great time on this. Good. So, yes, that's what I see there. What would you like to say, Sherry?
Well, as you were talking then, I had a gentleman come forward, but he was actually singing.
Okay.
You said a gentleman playing the drums. Well, I got a gentleman who was singing. And he was singing, Sherry, Sherry, baby. And he was telling me it's not a father, but it was from the father's side of the family.
Okay.
And he said one generation up, but a father's side. And he's saying to me that he was a thinker. And he's making me aware now that he would not do anything until everything was in place. And he's telling me to tell this lady that she has to do the same.
Okay.
Don't be so airy-fairy. You've got to make sure that things are set in place so that motions can go smoothly. He's now showing me wheels, but it's not like a train from today. It's like an old locomotion. And he's saying the old locomotions took the time to get going. But once it got going, it was fine. And then there was no stopping it. So if she gets things into place, it will just start taking its time and then she'll be off. I also get the name Carl and the name Chris connected that he's telling me with this lady on the earth plane. Just watch out for those names that are already connected.
Okay.
Now I've got a lady coming through and she's telling me Pat. Now, whether it's her name or she's shouting for Pat on the earth plane. And as she shows me, I see a blonde lady, quite a petite lady. She's almost saying her hair was similar to mine, but longer and thinner. Now, she tells me that she resisted when it was her time to pass. She resisted. She didn't want to go, but she's so glad that she's there now because she's just floating around. It's great. And this is how I have to tell the lady on the earth plane because this is how it happened. Because I feel that the lady on the earth plane was worrying all the time that, oh, was she all right? Is she all right? Because she resisted. She's fine.
Lovely.
It's great.
Lovely.
Told. Now, whether this lady on the earth plane has to give the message to a Pat or the name connected Pat with her, I'm not sure. But just to take it and it will all come clear.
Lovely. Wow, brilliant. Okay, we've actually come towards the end of the show, and a lot of you are thinking, "Oh, I missed the reading." Oh no, you haven't. Because although we finished this evening's show with Helen, actually coming on Tuesday next week on the morning, Tuesday morning, 11 o'clock in the morning. So you guys in Australia, that'll be about 8 o'clock in your evening. And you guys in America, I think you'll still be in bed, but never mind. But we've got two shows on Tuesday. Tuesday morning, very, very nice lady indeed. Her name's Irene, or Irene, as some people call her. And she's actually from Australia, but she does past life regression and karmic lovers. And my thing here is just to work with her on future progression and karmic lovers. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. So you guys, if you get a reading tonight, join us. Join us, please, on Tuesday morning. It'll be interesting there. If you can't get to watch it, then don't worry, because we get a Rennie on, I think, in an evening. I'll be able to do the evening show, but work in the mornings, hun. Okay, all right, never mind. Sorry about that, but you need to take an hour off work to watch this. It's worth going in for a sickie, this. I shouldn't be saying that. Anyway, but yes, so there'll be loads of readings on that one. Very interesting show indeed. Never, as much as I do past life regression, with people, but past lives, karmic lovers, and talking to this lady about this, then looking at future progression and karmic lovers. That's going to be very interesting. It should be an engaging show. So please, guys, come in and join us on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock. And Helen, I don't think it's going to be too long, and I think we need to get you in on another Friday night show, if that's all right with you.
Whatever, yeah. Don't
whatever. She says, she says that, whatever. She's so easygoing. It's great, brilliant. Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. Give us all your love up there to everybody up there in your neck of the woods, and your family and friends. And and also to you guys out there, wish you a terrific weekend. Have a lovely time. And come towards the end of November, starts going December. We've got that lunar eclipse coming up, guys. It's about new beginnings. It's about releasing sensitivities, and away we go. And everybody says we love Helen, and Audrey says that sounds so exciting. And Audrey, you don't want to miss that one. You want to sit down, wherever there is there. Just don't worry about it. But anyway, thank you so much, Helen, for coming and joining us. And see you guys very soon. Have a terrific weekend, and loads of love from us. Loads of love. Loads of love and burgers. Love and burgers. It's all the same. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye-bye.